Thunder! Big patches of sudden raindrops quenching the dry land. Thunder! Screams of joy and those calling for the girls to bring the hung clothes inside. Thunder! Dogs running for cover. This is a tale embedded in the villages of Shonaland, Zimbabwe. A tale that resonates with the village child's first fear. The tale of Jigure. Also known as the mountain creatures. Inside one of the mud huts in this one yard that belonged to the Gamba family, the children and their grandmother sat around a fire, with each one bearing a hopeful plate of food in their hands. The grandmother could only smile at the sight of all this. Her grandchildren eating, being fed at a time of the hunger-bringing drought. Peaceful the sin can be judged, so peaceful it can be said. A disturbance to that peace was the barking of their vicious dogs and the calling of a stranger. I have entered, as he approached the only hut in the yard with a flaring glow coming from it. The stranger could no longer survive the drowning heavy rain. The grandmother and her children could only hear that who approached had been punished to the last by fire and the rain. The grandmother got up to welcome the stranger inside. He sat by the naked flame, and the whole room had eyes on him. Not once had the stranger looked around the room. Not once had he said at least a word. He was shivering and trying to get warm. They each shared a portion of their food into a plate, so to feed the surely hungry stranger. It was after he fed that when he said his first words. He was very thankful. The grandmother and her children warmed up to the stranger as they listened to him speak almost all night. He told them of his journey that had landed him in their home. He told them whimsical stories of where he resided. The rain had no break. The rain still rained floodingly. There was no chance for anyone to go to other huts, those of slumber. So they all slept in that one hut. They slept to the stranger's scare story about his friend's encounter with the mountain creatures. Rigure. Calling birds, a fresh slight wind sound. Beams of sunshine peeking through the mud hut's floors. A reminder of peace. A reminder of peace to the walls that witnessed all. A night had passed, and it passed with the unknowing innocence. The grandmother and her children overlooked the ancient warnings of the stranger who will knock 3 times by thunder, will approach your door. You will have doomed yourself to a life in death up in the mountains to let the stranger in. You will have added a day to your life to ignore the stranger's attempts to be let in, you will have survived to be recruited by Jigure. Keep in mind, resistance is futile.